Well, we got some wintertime chores. This was some big oak trees, not real big, that my brother had cleared out from his place. So I went over and just clipped them off, and we loaded them on this trailer. That's really the second load. I took another small load, I think I don't remember, about a week ago, I guess. Maybe last weekend. Anyway, that was where I laid it down. Throwed it off the other trailer. I cut a little bit of it up. And the log splitter had been sitting out here for at least a year, maybe 2 years. Hasn't been running, and so that's all the wood we've got left for this year, other than what's stacked inside the shop there. It ain't gonna last us. I'm gonna have to go find some seasoned wood to finish this winter. But I guess today's chore, or one of today's chores, is to go get that log splitter running. I didn't even try to start it, so let's go in the shop. And alright, so now in the shop, I just pulled that log splitter in. It's been sitting out in the weeds basically by the log pile, like I said, for probably a couple of years without running. Last couple of years have been busy. My wife has been buying wood from people, which is kind of against my religion, since I got 5 chainsaws that are good. But time's not always available. And anyway, I noticed it looks like there's a little bit of, it looks like hydraulic oil, but I bet it's just from the wood that's been sitting there and getting wet and dripping. Could have a little leak there on the cylinder. Looks like it might be. Probably not bad. If it is, we may get to have the fun of taking that cylinder apart and repairing it. So I'll just show you what my opinion is. This airplane traffic's going off in the background, so everybody's flying around today. It's a nice day out here. Somewhere around 60 degrees, I guess. Anyway, we'll get set up in a little bit, and I'm not even going to try to start it until I get the fuel system looked at and cleaned out. Be sure it's a plastic tank, so it shouldn't be too messy. But let's get set up and just kind of go through and see how it's going to work. All right, we got the log splitter in here in the shop, and I haven't done anything. I kind of looked in this tank to see. I don't remember when I started this last. It could have been a year, it could have been 2 years. Maybe it wasn't 6 months, I don't know. The gas don't smell too bad, so I don't know. It seems like at some point I went out there and put gas in and started one day. Yeah, the air traffic still going on here, but I think before I even try to start it, these fuel lines could be a little stiff, but I don't use this. I might run this 3 hours a year, when I'm splitting wood. And it's always worked real good. This thing's probably about 10 years old, and I'm pretty much haven't ever, I think I've loaned it out one time to somebody, but I try not to loan things out if I can keep from it. I don't want to be rude, but I can use something my whole life almost, if I'm the only one using it. But when you start loaning stuff out. Anyway, I thought I might go ahead and put a new fuel filter on it while I'm got it in here. I've got plenty of fuel filters in the cabinet, because I do quite a bit of small engine repair on my stuff and for other people. But before I even start this, I'm going to drain all the fuel out of it. I'm not even going to pull this rope. These rednecks, like my dad and others, they go out there and start cranking on something that I guess they just think it's going to start up and hadn't run in years like this. Don't even pull that darn rope. That's just silly. You don't put junk gas in the carburetor. The gas in the carburetor is probably evaporated out as it is, maybe. If not, I'm going to flush through some fresh fuel, and that's just what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do here is just take this line loose. This comes right off the fuel tank. And whatever little fuel is in there, I'm just gonna let it come out of there. Good night, these things are probably tight. And I may end up putting new fuel on them, I don't know. Oh, there we go. So, really the gas doesn't seem all that old, and sometimes I put fuel from the weed eaters that's got the steel synthetic oils in it, because it don't hurt to run it on that, and that has a kind of like a stabilizer, fuel stabilizer, and it'll last a long time. But so it looks kind of yellow, but I think it's because it has a, really don't smell that bad. Kind of got some fuel stabilizer in it. Sometimes I put sea foam in here, just to kind of help. It does kind of the same thing. I'm going to try not to pull the carburetor apart. You know, if I go through this and it still won't start, I may take the carburetor out and spray it out, and if it looks a little iffy, I'll buy a new carburetor. You can buy these carburetors online for, you know, on Amazon or eBay or wherever for 20, 25 bucks, you know. Just take your numbers off the old one and search them on there, and bang, you'll see one, and it usually comes with new line filters and maybe even an air filter. You know, that's something else I probably will do is I've probably done this every time. I'll take some air and blow it up for pull that out, but more than likely that thing's clean because I've probably done the same thing last time I used it. Anyway, that drained all the fuel out. So just to flush the bottom of the tank out, this is some weed eater gas, chainsaw weed eater gas with the steel mix in it. I'll just pour. I don't have any regular lawnmower gas here because I haven't been mowing lately, but it looks about the same color. So I'm going to say plastic fuel tank. There's probably nothing wrong with that fuel that's in the tank now. We just flushed through whatever little bits in the carburetor. It's going to be hard to get out. This has a little diaphragm pump on it. You know, it works off the pulse of the engine, but I think at this point, all I'm going to do, I'm not going to work at it real hard, just take the fuel line off, change the fuel filter. We just flushed some fresh fuel in there. I hadn't pulled the rope. Like I said, I'm not going to do that. I don't ever do that on something that's been sitting. And you know, look for your little arrow on the fuel filter. It shows the flow going that way. So there's the tank, so it goes this way. Nothing real big deal here. Just stick that on, stick the clamps on. I've checked the oil looks clean, and you know, I probably changed the oil last time I used it. I normally would change the oil every season on something, but I ain't gonna worry about it this time. It's pretty fresh looking. I should, but I'm probably not gonna change the oil on it. Alright, basically that's it. And at this point, I think I'm just gonna fill it up or put some fuel in it. Probably just fill it up. I need to use this up anyway. This is some weed eater and chainsaw gas that I like to remix that every couple months or so anyway. I'll save a little for my chainsaw. And you know, it's about halfway full of it. This thing holds about a gallon of it. And then I'll just put the gas cap back on. A lot of air traffic today. Looks like we're out to the airport and visit some of the guys. I may have to come up. Alright, I think the choke, that's the direction for the choke. So I'm already getting gas in the fuel filter. I see it. So it'll take several cranks to get that pump into the carburetor. And I'll be real surprised if it runs or runs very well. It may start. If it won't, I may have to get some starting fluid and get the carburetor. I'm going to put a little sea foam in there. That'll help it clean up if it's just a little dirty. Just about an ounce or so is more than enough of that. This stuff's pretty expensive. I think it's $50 for a gallon of that or whatever it is. I need to buy some more. It's getting low. Probably had this for a few years. So. Anyway, I guess we're ready to try it. So let me get back here. I ain't completely in your way. I hadn't checked the hydraulic fluid. I think I told you a while ago, it looks like there's a minor leak on the cylinder that I'm not really gonna worry about right now. Even if it drips a little, it ain't gonna hurt nothing for this. At some point I may pull the cylinder and look at that, but kind of silly if it don't leak. But there is a place to check that. But I'll tell you, it's just got a dipstick in the tank. It's got a pipe to it. All right, we got it choked. Here's the throttle. Let's just put that over here on fast. May be pretty loud in here, but I'll probably edit that sound down so it don't kill you. I don't know, let's just see if it'll start. And I ain't kidding you, it ain't ran in a year or two that I can remember, so let's see. Still got to pump all that fuel in the carburetor, you know. Alright, I don't sit there and crank myself to death, so like I said, let's get there's a spider in there, so I'll leave that there. I think it takes in air in the intake right there, so let me get a little starting fluid. I got some right here. I tried to remember everything's layout here, but anyway, just put a little start fluid in there, see if she'll pick up and go. Okay, try that again. I'm sure that needle and seat's probably stuck closed or something. It may eventually loosen up a little. Let's try it. It ain't real good on it, you know. I don't really want to do that. This choke has about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 3 or 4 or 5 detents of choke. And a lot of times when I first started cold, I'll leave it on about the second or third, just a little bit choked. And it'll get to warming up and running a little better and better, especially with that fuel additive we put in there, that sea foam. Let that work through the carburetor a little while, clean up the jets and stuff, because they're probably varnished a little bit from sitting, like I ain't kidding you, at least a year it's been sitting. So I'll take it outside. I've already aired the tires. They were just a little bit low. They hold air real good. And I've got my other chainsaw I need to start out. I've already used 2 of my chainsaws this year. I hadn't run them either in a couple of years probably. And I'll get them freshened up with fuel in the same way. And I know they'll run good. And I've got that pile of wood I showed you, so we'll probably cut that up and be splitting wood. Maybe show you a little bit of that, but mainly I just wanted to show you, don't be that crazy guy that goes and tries to start something that's been sitting out in the rain and the sun and the junk, and when all you got to do, if I'd have tried to do this out there and just putting gas in it, maybe it'd start, maybe it wouldn't, who knows. What's the point of putting the crappy fuel through your carburetor when what'd it take, 5 minutes to pull the line off, put a filter on, little sea foam, spray a little starting fluid to help it get going. You know, you've got a dry fuel system, so it takes a minute for that pump to pick up. And and there we go, it's ready to roll. So I'll pull it outside and I'll probably let it idle for 10 or 15 minutes and let it run some of that fuel through. And I need to go buy some more fuel anyway. I'm about out, so we'll mix up some more. This is not a 2-stroke, of course, but just running that mix through, it's 50-to-1 mix like the chainsaws run. That ain't enough oil to hurt anything. If anything, it helps the valves and the pistons and the rings and stuff clean up a little. Then you can just run fresh fuel or whatever. But you know, a lot of that ethanol fuel you buy is kind of hard on stuff. Even though this is 10 years or less old probably, so it's probably made for it. But anyway, that's all I got for now. I just had these things on to touch some old fuel line, you know, it's nasty, but we'll take it outside and see how she runs and cutting wood in a little bit. Here we are outside. Little Kimmy's over there slaving away. I'm gonna fire up the log splitter and the chainsaw and just do a little bit of work here for a little bit and show you how this works out this weekend. Hopefully this will be short and sweet, so here we go. Just cut that log up. This is my little Echo, if you care. It's a CS590. It's pretty big saw, and I've tuned it up to where it's a little more powerful. I opened up the exhaust, and anyway, let's see how she runs. There we go. I'm sure it wasn't the greatest shot, but at least I just got one more log there. We probably won't cut up now, but I'm gonna split a little bit of wood here, so we'll get up a little closer to the log splitter. I'm gonna be right in your way, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Whoa. Anyway, let's just get the wood split up and stacked. You ready to do this? Let's see if it's Well, may not look like that was going very quick, but you can get a lot of wood split in a short period of time with that. And it doesn't matter if there's knots in it or anything else. It makes it go so easy. Especially when you got 3 people, you can have 2 people standing here at the log splitter and 1 person stacking, or 2 people stacking, 1 people just staying on the handle. And it'll go quick. Just that little bit of wood here that we had, I didn't know how much it would make, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's not would make a full rick of wood. Possibly. And don't forget, we still have that whole pile back here on the trailer. I think would easily make maybe 2 cords. But this will be for next year. Most of this won't be seasoned probably in time for this year, but we might burn a little bit of it. This is what they call post oak, I guess, or just oak trees that we have that grow native. This tree here is a live oak that's up here. That's not what this is. Post oak is, I don't have a lot of them right around here, but most of what you have out in the woods here is some sort of an oak. It may not, I've heard people say that's not actually post oak, but that's your normal oak tree, whatever it is. I think it's post oak, but they get big. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on out here this weekend. And I'm gonna split a little more wood, but I don't believe you're gonna want to sit here and watch that. So just showing a few chores for the weekend. Thanks for watching. See you next time.